Hi, how you doing? My name's Darcy. I run a small web design and web development firm here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada called Pixel Factory. You can check us out online at pixelfactory.ca. Today I just wanted to chat quickly about customizing Bootstrap. So if you've kind of started getting into Bootstrap, you'll come to realize that there's quite a few options that they give you for customizing your project so that it's exactly kind of how you want it to. And the first customization that I'm going to be looking at here is the customization for all the Sass files. So if you're interested in customizing your Bootstrap project, then take a look at this video. Alright, so we're back on our project here, and I'm just going to go to this section here on customization in Bootstrap. So here is Sass customization. And let's dig into this a little bit and see what's going on. The file structure, we've kind of covered that already. I think that's pretty clear. Yes, we do have this similar file structure with an index file, source folder with JS, SCSS. This is where our styles.scss file is right now. We've imported in that file styles.scss all of our Bootstrap's CSS. So what we're going to be doing is changing this from importing everything into customizing a little bit. So you can see here, this is kind of the general default. Option A, include all of Bootstrap. And then there's option B, include parts of Bootstrap. So I'm just going to copy and paste this into that same SCSS file. And actually, before I do that, I'm just going to show you. You can see here, this is the version that we have running. It's got the primary and secondary button, typography, the font, everything looks just like it would be for a default Bootstrap project. But then when I actually go to add this and save it, oh, I get a little bit of an error here. It's probably because all these node modules are looking for those files in the wrong place. So I'm just gonna there we go. Get that to come up, and you can see here now in the version that's been built that we no longer have any of the styling, especially on the primary and the secondary button. So that's because we don't have that actually linking to our styles file here. So what we need to do is actually add that button styling that's included in Bootstrap in here. So you can see here, to try and keep things streamlined and really efficient, what Bootstrap's doing is excluding a lot of those components and things like that that you may or may not be using in your project. So yeah, it's just assuming that, I guess, that you're not going to be using buttons in your project, but that will actually make things a little bit more efficient. So like, let's even look at this, like this folder, the parcel Bootstrap, my project. The disk folder. Okay, so this is where I just built those files. I'm just gonna like right click this and get the info and find out how big this file, how big the files are in this folder. It's pretty small. It's only 826K because there's only really one HTML file in it, but you can see here 826K. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remember that, and then I'm going to go to Yeah, I'm going to go back to this area here, and I'm going to actually add the buttons to my file so that I get those, all that button styling that's missing right now. So I'm just going to copy and paste that, take that out of there. There should be a buttons. Oh yeah, there it is, buttons SCSS file. We don't need to include this whole thing here, so we're just gonna like use buttons and press save. Okay, and that should mean that we get our button styling back. Okay, so that's great. Everything's looking like we want it to. And I'm gonna go back to here and just get the info, and this file should be a little bit bigger now because we're including buttons, all that button styling that Bootstrap has in our project, and lo and behold, there it is. So now the file is just a slightly bigger. It went from 826 to 839K. So that's kind of the logic or the reasoning or the rationale behind this method of creating your Bootstrap project, is to try to optimize it so that it's really efficient and you're not bringing anything into your project that you don't necessarily need, and it keeps your file size like very low, and they're more efficient that way. So anyways, let's go back to this Bootstrap documentation, and let's take a little bit more about some of the stuff that's going on here. So compiling, I guess if you're using Gulp or Webpack, take a look at this, including this. So right now in our HTML file, we're just importing our SCSS file. So but you could actually just use a custom CSS file. Oh, and then variable defaults. Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. I'm just gonna turn this video off for a second, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about variable defaults.